Hi guys, so I'm back and I just completed the American Board of Certified Hair Colorists exam. Actually, I drove to DC this morning at the crack of dawn to take the exam, and now I'm on my way back. And for those of you who don't know, the American Board of Certified Colorists has a program where they have a certification program where you study to become a certified hair colorist. And what's nice about it is that they're not affiliated with any product company. So it's an organization that really elevates the skills and advance the hair colorists. So I just took the exam with about maybe 50 other stylists from different places, and I've actually been wanting to take the test for, I don't know, maybe 4 years now, and I finally today was actually the day that I took it, and I have to say that it was pretty daunting. I'm glad that I got it over with, and prayerfully I have passed the exam because I don't want to have to do this again. So it was a combination of things. There's a written exam that's 250 questions, and then there is a practical exam that you have to do, and then there's an interactive portion of the test that you have to do, and you must pass all of them to become a certified hair colorist. So I promised that I would do a Periscope, and if anybody had questions regarding the exam or what to expect, or wanted more information, that I would share my experience with anybody who is interested. Okay, what did you do on the practical exam? So the practical exam is, so it was a combination of, there's 4 sections to it. So you have to do a, oh Lord, did I miss my exit? Hopefully not. Okay, so you have to do a highlight, you have to do a weave highlight, and you have to do a slice, or slices. And of course people say, well, highlights or weaves, highlights and slices, you know, that's pretty easy, and it is. So you had to, but I will tell you the difficult part. So you had to do highlight and slices in one section. Another section you had to do a highlight retouch. So part of preparing for this exam includes preparing a mannequin. So you have to come with a mannequin that you have already prepared with a 3 and 6 month outgrow, so that you can come in and do the retouch at the exam. So not only are you graded on how you perform doing your retouch, you're also graded on how you made the mannequin's highlights look at 3 months and at 6 months. So you do highlights and weaves and slices in one section. In another section you have to do a highlight retouch, and then on the other side, the left side of the mannequin, you have to do some optional techniques, which you don't find out what those optional techniques are until you get to the exam. So you have to be prepared for about 6 different techniques. One of them could be a gray reduction. So there's a portion of the mannequin's hair that's gray. So you could have to do a gray reduction, and you have to reduce the mannequin's gray by 25%. Or you have to do a tone on tone on the gray section. Then there is, in the last section, you could either do a reverse highlight or a, let's see, a bleach retouch, reverse highlight, or highlight low light. But the thing about it is you must be prepared for any 3, because you don't know which one you're going to get. And so there lies in some of the which makes it difficult, actually. But I think what makes it kind of hard is, you know, people will say, well, you do highlights, or you know, that's easy. Slices are easy. Weaves are easy. Gray reduction is easy, and it is. But you have to get all of those techniques done in an hour and a half. So not only do you have to get them done in a short period of time, they have to be done with complete accuracy and efficiency. Did you use real product in the exam? Yes. So you use real bleach, you use real hair color, and all of that is graded. So your preparation for the mannequin is graded. Your skills on the mannequin during the exam is graded. How you work is graded. So like, are you neat during the exam? Is your station messy? You also cannot reach under the table for any supplies, so you have to be totally prepared. You can't have any notes on the table, and you're also required for each section to do a certain number of foils. So for example, if you're doing the gray reduction, you have to do it with 11 foils. If you're doing weave and slice, it's got to be done with 19 foils. If you have less, it's a deduction. If you have too much more, it is also a deduction. So you have to get all of the foils in all of the sections, do all of the techniques in an hour and a half. You can't have any bleeding. Your foils can't be slipping. Your application has to be neat. And by the way, while you're doing the test, the examiners come by and ask you random questions. So you're also graded on how you answer the question. Do you answer the question with confidence? Because if you're like, well, I think I'm going to do this, or I think I would do that, then you get a deduction for that. So you have to be very confident with your answer. So you have to prepare for maybe about 50 questions. They're not going to ask you all 50, of course, but you don't know which one they're going to ask. So you got to be prepared to know the answer for all 50. So then once you do the practical exam, the written exam, then they have a portion called interactive, which you cannot study for. So they give you different hair color scenarios and pictures, and you have to problem solve or come up with solutions for the imaginary client that you're working with. So most people, I think, actually I thought that part was going to be the hardest, but after taking the written test today and the practical part, I felt like the interactive was the easiest. Only because you're being timed, and so you have to answer 250 written questions in an hour and 45 minutes. And actually, when I got started, I thought, oh, an hour and 45 minutes, I could do this. But that time went by extremely fast. And I can't even tell you how fast the practical part of the exam went by. I mean, the thing about it is that your application has to be so spot on, perfect, that it takes so much more time than what you would do actually in the salon. And of course, if you don't complete it, then that is also a deduction. So I have to say, I'm glad I took the test, because it's always been a goal of mine, and I feel like now that I have taken that, hopefully I will pass it. I can move on to the next goal, because I want to scratch this off the list. So we'll see. So that's pretty much my experience at the American Board of Certified Colorists. I think that if you want to be a better colorist or hairstylist, if you're interested in advancing yourself in your education, I would highly recommend doing taking the certified hair colorist exam. It is a lot of preparation. It's a lot of work. They have a mentorship program, which mentorship workshop where you can take and they prepare you for the exam, which I would totally do. I would not recommend taking the exam without either taking that mentorship program or working with somebody who took the test. They have some mentors in their organization that will walk you through step by step at a fee, of course, but you know, it's well worth it. And so I don't know, so that's it. That's my experience, and I'm glad it's over with. And are there any other questions out there before I sign off? No other questions? Okay, well, thank you for watching and listening to my experience. I so appreciate all of you who stayed tuned. And if you do have questions, I'll be back periscoping throughout the week this week. But thank you again, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. So long.